safety is really important, especially when you're going from point A to point B and you get your child in the car. This video is about child safety in the 2021 Ford Bronco. Hope you enjoy it. Remember, like, share, and subscribe, and have a fantastic day. And enjoy your family. Enjoy the video. Child safety in the 2021 Ford Bronco. Now, this is child safety precautions. Always make sure your child is secured properly in a device that is appropriate for their height, age, and weight. Child safety restraints must be bought separately from your vehicle. Failure to follow these instructions and guidelines may result in an increased risk of serious injury or death to your child. Very, very extremely important. Warning: all children are shaped differently. The National Highway Traffic and Safety Administration and other safety organizations base their recommendations for child restraints on probable child height, age, and weight thresholds are on the minimum requirement, the law. We recommend that you check with the NHTSA Certified Child Passenger Safety Technician, known as CPST, to make sure that you properly install the child restraints in your vehicle, and that you consult your pediatrician to make sure you have a child restraint appropriate for your child. Now, to locate a child restraint fitting station in CPST, contact NHTSA toll free. Again, the number, of course, is 1-888-327-4236. Or go to the NHTSA.gov website. And in Canada, of course, contact the toll free number 1-800-333-0371. Like, you need to know this, right? You do if you have a child. It's very important. Now, failure to properly restrain a child and child restraints, especially for their height, age, and weight, could result in increased risk of serious injury or death to the child. Now, on hot days, the temperature inside your vehicle can rise very quickly. Exposure to people or animals in these high temperatures for even a short time can cause death, serious heat-related injuries, including brain damage, and small children are particularly at risk in this situation. Don't place a rearward-facing child seat in the front of an active airbag. Failure to follow this instruction may result in personal injury or death. Properly secure children 12 years old and under in the rear seating position whenever possible. If you are unable to properly secure all children in the rear seating position, properly secure the largest child on the front seat. If you must use the forward-facing child restraints on the front seat, move the seat as far back as possible. Failure to follow these instructions can result in personal injury or death. Now, always carefully follow the instructions and warning provided by the manufacturer of any child restraint to determine if the restraint device is appropriate for your child's size, height, weight, or age. Follow the child restraint manufacturer instructions and warning provided for installation and use in conjunction with the instructions and warning provided by your vehicle manufacturer. A safety seat that is improperly installed or utilized and inappropriate for your child's height, age, or weight does not properly fit the child may increase the risk of serious injury or death. Now, warning: do not allow passengers to hold a child on their lap. When your vehicle is moving, failure to follow this instruction can result in personal injury or death if a sudden stop may occur. And do not use pillow, books, or towels to boost your child's height. Failure to follow the instructions could result in injury or death. Properly secure child restraints or booster seat when they are in use. They could become projectiles in a sudden stop or crash. Failure to follow this instruction could result in personal injury or death. So make sure the seat is secure even if your child is not in the seat. Do not put the shoulder section of the seatbelt or allow the child to put the shoulder section of the seatbelt under their arm or behind their back. Failure to follow this instruction could result again in an increase of injury or death. And do not leave a child or pets unattended in your vehicle. You know better than that. Now, when installing the child seat, place the vehicle seat in upright position before you install the child restraint. Use the correct seat belt buckle for that sitting position. Now insert the belt tongue into the buckle. Make sure the tongue is securely fastened in the buckle. Now keep the buckle release button pointing up and away from the child. Restraint with the tongue between the child restraints and the release button to prevent accidental unbuckling. Put the seatbelt in the automatic locking mode. Child restraint anchor points. Now, anchor points allow you to quickly and safely install your child restraint. Locating the child restraint lower anchor points in the Ford Bronco. Here they are right here, as you can see. They actually lit up in white. And of course, in the back seat. That's the 2-door. And this right here is the 4-door. The child restraints in the 4-door. And the anchor points, as you can see. Now, locating the child restraints top tether anchor points. They're right here and right here. Child restraint position information. Now, install the child restraint tightly against the vehicle seat. It must be necessary to lift and remove the head restraint. It may be necessary. Rear facing child. Now, combined weight of the child and the child restraint. Now, up to 65 pounds. Latch lower anchor. Seatbelt only. Now, if the child is over 65 pounds, you don't have to worry about the latch. You just put the seatbelt on. Child safety, forward-facing and child restraints. Combined weight of the child. Of course, this is forward-facing child restraints. When it's up to 65 pounds, you have to use the latch. Seatbelt tethers and tether anchor. Seatbelt and latch, which is the lower anchor and the top tether anchor. If they're over 65 pounds, you don't have to worry about the lower anchors and the tether anchor. But the seatbelt and the top anchor you do use. And the seatbelt and the latch you do use too as well. And the lower anchor and the top tether. Now, child restraints recommendations. Now, children weighing 40 pounds or less. Age 4 or younger. Recommended restraints. Use a child restraint. An infant carrier, convertible seat, or toddler seat. Now, children who have outgrown or no longer properly fit in a child restraint, generally children who are less than 57 inches, are greater than 4 or less than 12, and between 40 pounds and 80 pounds, and upward to 100 pounds. You can use the belt positioning booster seat. Now, children who have outgrown and no longer properly fit in the belt positioning booster seat, then you can use a vehicle seat belt, having the lap belt snug and low across the hips. Now, shoulder belt centered across the shoulder and the chest in the seat belt, and the seat back rests upright. And you are required by law to properly use the child restraints for infants and toddlers in the United States. And many states and provinces require that small child use approved booster seats. Again, we don't have to get all into that, but this is the child safety right here. Position the child restraints in the seat with seat belts, as you can see. 1, and this is the seat being placed down. 2, pull down the shoulder belt, then grasp the shoulder belt and lap belt together. As you can see, they're going behind the seat right here. While holding the shoulder and the lap belt, position together route the tongue through the child restraint according to the child restraint manufacturer instructions. Make sure you did not twist the belt webbing. So don't twist it. And then you insert the belt tongue into the proper buckle for that sitting position until the latch engages. And a lot of people already know this, but this is just a quick glimpse. Now, to put the retractor in the automatic locking mode, grasp the shoulder portion of the belt and pull it forward. Then pull it downward until you pull the seat belts out. Automatic locking mode is available in the front passenger and the rear seats. This vehicle does not require the use of a locking clip. Allow the seatbelt to retract to remove the slack. The seatbelt clicks, it retracts to indicate it is in the automatic locking mode. So you gotta get rid of the excess, just let it go. And again, pull the seatbelt out of the retractor to make sure the retractor is in the automatic locking mode. You should not be able to pull more belt out. If the retractor is not locked, unbuckle the belt and repeat. So you shouldn't be able to pull it more. It should be snug tight. Remove remaining slack from the belt. Force the seat down with extra weight. For example, by pressing down or kneeling on the child restraint while pulling up the belt. This is a lot of explanation, but this is just some idea of how this all works in the Ford Bronco with child safety. Installing a child restraint in the center seat. You cannot install a child restraint with rigid latch attachments at the center sitting position. You can only use latch compatible with child restraints with attachments on the belt webbing. At this sitting position, provide that the child restraint manufacturer instructions permit use of the anchor spacing stated. Do not attach a child restraint to any lower anchor if another child restraint is attached to that anchor. Each time you use a child restraint, check that the seat is properly attached. So you cannot, if it has a latch system, you cannot install a child restraint with rigid latch attachments at the center sitting position. You can't do it, not in the center. And you won't be able to use the, you just can't do it without, you cannot install the child restraints with the rigid latch attachment at the center. But you do have the anchors right here in the center, but you just can't use that latch attachment. Using the tether straps that is. Now, many forward-facing child restraints include a tether strap, which extends from the back of the child restraints and hooks to an anchoring point called the top tether anchor. Tether straps are available as an accessory for many older children. You see there's 3 different positions here. Locate the correct anchor behind the gap. Cover the selected seating position. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3. Clip the tether strap to the anchor as shown. So you clip it right here. And it clips right here. It comes down through the seat and goes right back here where it clips. Now, booster seats. Use a built positioning booster seat for children who have outgrown or no longer properly fit in a child restraint and meet the following requirements or criteria. And this is child safety again. You see, you got to sit upright. You got to remind your children not to sit slouch. Type of booster seat, the backless booster seat, as you can see. Hit tug, slug tug right up in there. And if you have to use one with the back, you have to do it like this. Bring the seatbelt up through there. Click it. Run it through there, run it through here. Child safety. As you can see, the seatbelt positions. You cannot put the seatbelt by the child's neck, as you can see. It has to be like this. It can't be down. And a lot of times you got to keep looking at your child because every now and then they'll move it all the way down to their side. You don't want that. This is the right position. You don't want them putting it around their knees. You don't want them putting it up here. So Ford is basically telling you all this for a reason. Now, child safety locks is on the rear edge of each door, or rear door that is. Switch the child safety lock separately on each door. So you have to take your key, click it out, and you have to turn it to lock. Left hand side, turn the key clockwise to switch the child seat lock on. And right hand side, turn the key counterclockwise to switch the lock on and clockwise to switch it off. So on the left, you have to turn it clockwise to switch it on. And on the right, if you turn it counterclockwise, you switch it on the right. So this could be tricky because when you're looking at that, you know, on the left, you have to go clockwise to switch it on. And on the right, you have to go counterclockwise. That just fixes that. So that's just child safety, guys. This is Automotive Reviews. I hope you guys like this video. I know a lot of people don't have children and they'll be like, man, why am I watching this? Well, hey, thanks for coming by. And thanks for giving me the time, and thanks for your support. And may you guys have a blessed day. A Automotive Reviews. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. This is Bruce from AO Automotive Reviews, encouraging you to subscribe, to like, and to continue watching these videos. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to putting out a lot more great content. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Much love.